Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at something pretty interesting. Mark Carney, the former central banker, actually becoming Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah, it's quite a jump.
Our source is an article, Mark Carney's Rise, from central banker to Prime Minister. And the big question for you, listening in, is what happens when someone with that deep finance background hits the political world?
It's fascinating, really. His path wasn't exactly conventional, was it? Born way up in the Northwest Territories in Harvard, Oxford.
Right, the academic credentials.
And then Goldman Sachs before becoming governor of the Bank of Canada. Remember the 2008 crisis?
Oh, yeah. He got a lot of credit for his steady hand then. Very calm, data-focused approach.
Exactly. Earned him global respect. And that carried over when he went to the Bank of England first non-British governor, which was, well, kind of a big deal.
A very big deal. So, okay, why the pivot to Canadian politics now? What was happening?
Well, Canada was wrestling with some real economic headwinds. You had rising inflation, the housing crisis was biting hard.
And politically?
There seemed to be this growing dissatisfaction, maybe a fatigue with the usual political figures. The Liberals, post-Trudeau, probably saw Carney's credibility as a major asset.
So the 2025 election happens, and boom, Liberal minority, Carney's Prime Minister.
That's the outcome. A minority government, 168 seats.
And his message right out of the gate: stability, innovation, Canadian sovereignty. But that line in his victory speech about the U.S.-led global order ending, that sounded pretty bold.
It was a strong statement, yeah. Signaling a push for a more, let's say, self-reliant Canada, economically and politically.
But, okay, the reality check.
Yeah.
He's leading a minority government, and he's never held elected office before. That's got to be tough.
Huge challenges, absolutely. Managing monetary policy is one thing. Navigating question period and political deal-making, that's completely different.
And people did wonder, didn't they? Could he be too sort of technocratic, maybe a bit disconnected from everyday concerns?
That's the critique, right? He has this immense financial knowledge, policy expertise, serious international connections. Those are clear strengths.
Definitely assets.
But the question remains, can he translate that high-level experience into, effective political leadership that resonates? It's not a given.
So what's the potential upside then, if he can make it work?
Well, look at his track record. Navigating crises, understanding complex economic levers that could be incredibly valuable for Canada's current issues. Plus, his global standing might boost Canada's influence.
But it all hinges on bridging that gap between finance and, well, politics.
Exactly. And that leaves us with a final thought for you. What does it mean to have a central banker running a country today? What are the pros and cons, especially with the world changing so fast? Does it signal something new about what we expect from our leaders?